I'm James Waldron. I'm a fashion designer. I've been living and working in Milan for the last 30 years. I've worked for many, many different international brands, and all of that experience has brought me to where I am today. So I've pretty much worked across the broad range of Italian manufacturing without being owned by anyone. And I think that's important in when you're creative. You must be free and have the freedom to express yourself. You cannot explore if you're not free to explore, and that freedom comes from not wanting any constraints, and those constraints are not necessarily physical constraints, they're mental constraints. And my job is, creativity is all about exploring. It's about looking through archives, it's about going into museums, it's about going to stores, it's about meeting people. And that is something I've never been afraid of. Exploring for me basically means trying things out. It means looking for new things. It means you have to have a hunger, and that's what I had, I think. You don't explore unless you have a hunger for something, to find something new. That's what my job is all about. It's about looking for things, discovering and exploring. I suppose we live in a very narcissistic society, and my job is not to be narcissistic. It's to be constructive, creative and ordered. And I have to bring results to companies at the end of the day. And the passion that I have has been my guiding light for many years. So passion for me in my job is basically what keeps me going, because when you're passionate about something, it means you're focused on something. You're focused on loving that idea. You're focused on nurturing that idea. And I think the most important thing is you're capable and being capable of making that something that's intangible, tangible. I can guarantee you, it's not a science, but there's a science in managing ideas, and there's a science in taking something that's creative and an idea. And that passion works at 2 o'clock in the morning when you haven't slept for 2 days, because that's the thing that keeps you going. And that drive, it's also a drive. It's a drive to succeed yourself from what you've done before, because no one wants to be a loser, at least in my business. And there's a very important thing I say all the time, is that winners never quit and quitters never win. I think it's very important. The idea of uniqueness and individuality for me is extremely important, because the more you understand the self and what the person is like and who I am like, I think it's extremely important in today's society with all of this communication by social media. This came about for a reason. I think it's very important. Uniqueness, we're all unique. No two people are the same unless you're an identical twin. And even if you have an identical twin, you're going to have a different personality. Your personalities are not, you're not clones. Lots of people like to be unique and like to stand out, but many people, even though they're unique, they like to blend in. And I think these are two different aspects of people in society, because I think nowadays it's never good to stand out too much, because you can be ridiculed, but also if you blend in too much, you get lost. And I think it's important to be yourself and not have a mask.